everybody, listeners, between you, you've listened over 20 million times to the big interview across all our years. I suspect we might have an interview this evening. It's 8 o'clock in the evening in Barcelona, where I am, and it's 8 o'clock in the evening where Rafa Da Silva, Manchester United legend, is in Turkey. Maybe this one will be listened to 20 million times on its own. First of all, let's repeat my terrible Portuguese that I welcomed with you. Boa noite e
Boa
muito
noite.
legal.
It's very good. It's very good. Much better than my first words in English. I can tell you that.
Tell me which
Because
were they?
when I arrived in England, I could not say hi. I'm tell you, it was very hard. So,
But Rafa, okay, first of all, before I follow up to that, look, you're a sunshine boy. You're a sunshine boy by passport, by birth, but you're a sunshine boy because the life story of you and your twin Fábio is out now. And I want to prove over the next hour that you're a sunshine boy. But how were you ever going to learn English coming to Manchester, where the accent is crazy? But you had to listen to two Scots like me, Alex Ferguson and Darren Fletcher. So what were they ever going to teach you about English? And how quickly is it the same as everything? They taught you how to swear first, or what?
yeah, I'll tell you one thing, Aaron. Is improve my English, to be honest. Because if I could understand Alex Ferguson, Darren Fletch, I can understand anyone. You understand what I'm saying? So after that, you just have to improve. You cannot think I don't know how to speak. You say I can speak. When you start to understand these guys, you say okay, I'm ready to go. So
tell me,
why.
okay, fair point. Except in Scotland, we think about Fergie and Fletch as like cultural ambassadors. They speak slowly, they speak clearly. When you come to Scotland, I'll show you some people who speak like a machine gun, and then you'll have to start again. Tell me, what did you think of the English language? Because you speak Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, which is a beautiful language. It's lilting, it's up and it's down. What does English sound like to you? Does it sound like two people fighting?
It sounds okay. It sounds all right. It's like it's different. I really appreciate that. To be honest with you, because I lived there so many years and I had so many good memories. I just love the English accents. You're right, mate. Are you okay, mate? This is my mind. This is part of my history. So it's amazing.
Can
It's
you do
amazing.
the Manchester accent or not?
Not really. You're right, mate. You're right. So it's quite like this. So it's a long time I don't been there. I'm not there. So maybe I forgot some things, the accent. But mate for me is very nice. It's just I love to speak. Sometimes I can say this to you. It's nice because sometimes I went to USA. It's funny because to be honest, it's English, of course, but it's different, And I went in one store. I said to the guy, "Yeah, you okay, mate?" He looked to me, say, "Mate, you are from England?" I say, "No, I'm Brazilian, bro. I'm not English."
What's the word for a "you're right, mate" if you said it in Brazilian Portuguese? How would you say that at home?
Irmão.
Irmão.
Parceiro.
Parceiro means friend, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Parceiro is like mate, it's like
pal.
It's like você está bem, irmão?
Você
está bem, parceiro?
Você está bem,
like
parceiro?
Bro. Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I like it. Okay, you've educated the part. Okay, that's the cultural part aside. I've got two ways of beginning this, and I'm going to go for the difficult way. Okay, we know that you're the sunshine boy, one of the two sunshine boys. Your history is flu, although maybe you're a Botafogo fan, I don't know, but your history is flu, Manchester United, Lyon, Başakşehir. But you're a famous, successful right back. I want you to think and tell me, why does Brazil have such a brilliant history of phenomenal right backs from Carlos Alberto, Josimar, which I guess you didn't see when you're growing up, Josimar, Cafu, Danny Alves, Rafa
So
Da
many.
Silva. But okay, why? Each of those guys is a special man. Everybody has to work to succeed. They need good trainers, etc. But Brazil produces maybe the best series of right backs the world has ever seen. Why, Rafa? Why?
To be honest, I don't know. Sometimes in life, this is everything you do is mentally, and maybe this is a kind of thing because we have so many good right backs, and when you become one, you want to be like them, like Carlos Alberto, I didn't watch Carlos Alberto play. I wasn't born, but when I start to play right back, many people talk to me about that, even when I arrive in England. So I start to look some videos. I start to see the video he scored in World Cup, the beautiful goal. So I think it's kind of thing is mentally, It's like we think I need to be like them. I need to prove myself. I need to, and you start to see videos and you start to do the same, So of course you have that mental thing, but I think Brazil they always try to put like midfields, wingers in the right back position. It's the opposite what England used to do before. I mean, I'm saying like years ago, not now. Now it's a little bit different, but when you are good winger, but maybe you're not playing because the winger in front of you is good, they're gonna say no, you go right back, because you can do, I have two good players, so you play right back. So maybe that's why, maybe because they think if you are good and you have already we have a good winger, we can put you right back. You don't need to be very good defensively. You can just you know cheat, you can say like this. You can cheat a
The,
little bit defensively and play.
the one you remind me most of is Danny Alves, who has the most trophies of any player, and he's the one I know best because for 20 years I've lived in Barcelona, and
Yeah,
Danny is an
I love
amazing
him. I love him.
character. But,
Yeah.
but as a person, he's genuinely amazing. You don't meet many guys, never mind in football, you don't meet many guys in life like Danny Alves with his
Yeah, yeah.
fun, his dress sense, he's crazy, his love of music. Every day he eats every day, he attacks every day. But you and he play with a sense of adventure, of fun. Okay, you were ferocious, but with the smile also. Do you see the comparisons with Danny Alves?
I wish I had the same, how can I say, the same qualities he have, because my qualities is different. I'm very good going forward, but his shot is unbelievable. I'm not saying I'm bad cross, but his crossing is unbelievable, So I love Danny Alves. He's such a great child, like you said. Outside the pitch, maybe I'm not like him, but I'm fun. I try to speak the truth. Sometimes people say, I'm not going to speak this. I try to, like with you now here. I will say what I'm thinking and everything. And he is like this. He does that as well. So he do that as well. So, but we have something similar, yeah, maybe, yeah, like going forward. But I can say to you, I'm not lying, his quality is bigger. He's short, he's cross. He's a guy. He's a special guy.
Originally, he wasn't a right back, and originally, nor
Exactly.
were you. So, okay, it goes with your theory. I know, but originally, you're a striker. Now, in your Sunshine Boys book, you tell a brilliant story about if it wasn't for the heat and hiding under a tree, maybe you'd never become a right back. Share the story, yeah, because life is full of crazy little moments when everything changes.
Of course, I will share this story because it's story of my life. I remember one. I think American or English song. This is story of my life, but this is. I remember this now. But to be honest, it's exactly what's happened. Of course, it was the tree. It was the coach. He very good see what I could do. He could see, like, well, I did something because it was so hot. And one thing, I love England. I hate to play in hot place. I'm not good with that. I'm Brazilian, but to be honest, I prefer to play cold than hot. I always say this. I say this many times, and you are surprised now, but
I'm only disappointed you never came to Scotland, because then it would have been perfect for you.
You are funny. This is true, but this is true, and I always say this all the time. For me, so for many people, they hate to play in cold weather. I prefer to play cold than hot. You know, I'm saying, like, of course, if you have 15 degrees, it's better for everyone. It's it's no point in saying that. But if it's very hot, 40 degrees, and very cold, -10, I would prefer to play -10, 100%.
But one day, maybe you're playing for Boa Esperança, and it's so hot, you have to come off but you have to hide under the tree, right? Because it's so hot.
Yeah, exactly. It was so hot, and I was there. I say, I stay here. I cannot play, and I did one move, very good move, just in the wing, and it was my third or fourth train. I can't remember now. And the coach just say like this, come here. And he said to me, go at the right back. I was playing midfield, go to right back. After that day, I never moved from right back again. So it's thank you God and that coach who did that.
Now, a lot of people say, Rafa, that you didn't play senior football in Brazil, but I might be wrong, but I think you played for Flu against Vasco da Gama, and I think you played against Romario. Is this true, or did you play for Flu? Never played for Flu.
I wish I could play for against Romario. To be honest, he's one of my idols. I just love that guy. Till today, I will say to you, till today, sometimes in training, and he did like with the thumb, he score like this, he dribble and he score. I still say Romario, and I go celebrating because he is a part of my when I play in my hood over there, childhood in my home. So I always try to be Romario, but I wasn't good enough to do that. That's why I come to right back.
When you're growing up, all the time you're growing up, but also when you're listening to your dad, who were the because Brazil obviously is full of the greatest players in the history of our game, but like between you and your dad and Fábio, which is the ones that stood out most for you, and why, of all time in Brazil, when you're young and you're back at home in Petrópolis or in Rio?
To be honest, Cafu and Roberto Carlos, they were like, for me, I cannot explain how I enjoyed to see them play, and how I was happy to see them play. And after I say this as well, because when I start to play in Fluminense, and I remember this like today, like it was like this. Ronaldinho played for Barcelona. I had like 13, 12 years old or 14. He make me love more than I already love football. I remember we were in the build over there with Fluminense, where all the kids stay in the facilities, and everyone just stopped to see him play. In Brazil, it was 4:45 the game start, 16:45, 15 to 5. It was amazing, the feeling we had seeing that guy play football. It was just fantastic. He played with smile. He play with joy, you know. He make us happy when he play. It was like this, and these two guys, Cafu and Roberto Carlos, and Ronaldinho, when I was a little bit older, was the three make me happy.
Tell me more about Ronaldinho, because I live in Barcelona. I was here when he signed. I met him. Again, a lovely guy. Okay, a guy who, even when he was still in the best shape, best player in the world, he loved to party. Okay, but that phrase you used there, when Ferran Soriano, who's now at Manchester City, was at Barcelona, he said, "This is our rock and roll signing." And they think he changed the club. They think he changed La Liga, and that the world began to watch. And people say different things about him. They say that he did tricks. But you ask any guy who played against him, particularly in training, and in the good days when he was at his best, you bounced off him. He was like a man mountain made of stone. So you couldn't get near him. He used his backside to hold people off. He did things you couldn't believe, but he was funny. Why did he make you so happy? What were the things that made
because
you so
because
happy?
because because he had everything, you know, like you said, to exactly what you said. He was strong, he was fun, he had all the ability of the world. He play with his mind and his face, you know. He have everything. Now we can say Neymar is good. Neymar is unbelievable. Everybody can say about Neymar, but a lot of people don't like him because all the time he's on the floor. He maybe does things people don't like, but he's an unbelievable player. But he make people, he annoy people, you know. Some people, they don't like him. That's the problem. Ronaldinho wasn't like this. He was he was a perfect player. He was like you said, it was perfect what you said. Okay, he was fun. He was strong. He wasn't like soft. He never been a soft footballer. He was very strong footballer. And ability, we cannot say because he's the best one. Free kicks, the best ones to take. You know, he played with joy, and you know, that's why he was. I think perfect. He was a perfect player. You know, everyone loves him.
When I was growing up, I'm I'm 27 years older than you, but when I was growing up, the first World Cup I ever saw was 70, where if you watch the recent film about Pelé, we, particularly in Europe, we associated that Brazil side, Tostão, Jairzinho, Rivellino, Pelé. You could go on and mention so many. We associated them with joy. We had never seen a football like this, but they were living in a difficult time in Brazil. It was a dictatorship. There was a lot of aggression on the, and by 1974, they changed. It was much more aggressive, physical, and all through my lifetime, there's been a big debate about should Brazil play. Again, I went to the World Cup in '82, and Scotland played Brazil, and that Brazil side with Zico and I don't know how many fantastic players. Everybody says the best side never to win the World Cup, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
each maybe 4 or 8 years, there seems to be a big debate in Brazil about do we play to win, hard, European, organized, Dunga football, or do we be Brazil? Do we play with joy and happiness and take risks? And one, do you recognize the way I'm describing your country? And two, which are you? Which do you believe?
To be honest with you, I recognize 100%. And after so many years in England, I'm a player who don't like players who cheat. You know, to win games. I know this. Sometimes you say, you're going to win because you make a penalty for your team, but I'm not like this. Sorry. I know a lot of people believe I play in France. They believe on that. To be honest with you, they are like this. They say, why you don't go down? I heard this 100 times. 100 times. Why you should go down? Why you don't go down? He taught you. But I learned in different ways, you know. And I keep believing what I believe. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's what I believe. You know, and I'm like this. You ask this question. But Brazil change a lot, you know, like you say. in certain ways, in this time in Brazil, of course, we have Neymar. He's a little bit more, we can say, like every English and everybody says he's more Brazilian guy. He go down easily and everything. Maybe this helps him getting fouls or something. And but I still think the beautiful game is not that. The beautiful game is like Ronaldinho did. He was there, man. Some guys, they touch him. He was trying to keep going. He was trying to keep playing. That's why I love him. We keep. I back on Ronaldinho just to
Yes.
explain, just to explain myself, because people say, yeah, but why Brazilian is not being Brazilian? Ronaldinho, he never tried to get a foul, man. He was so strong. He was so trying to keep playing. So why you don't take this side, And because when Brazil start to lose and everything, people say, yeah, but we are not playing like Brazil. We are not trying to go down. We are not. But Ronaldinho never did that, man. Kaká, he never did that, man. Maybe one game, two games, not every game. So this is not even Ronaldo, man. Even Ronaldo.
This is but not Cristiano. We're talking about Ronaldo. Ronaldo. What people
Ronaldo,
don't
gordito,
understand.
gordito, gordito, gordito.
Ah, no, no. Ronaldo el grande, el fenómeno, el fenómeno.
El fenómeno, el fenómeno.
Mejor decir. But
Exacto.
people need to understand that Ronaldinho Gaucho was called, I don't know why Gaucho, but Ronaldinho Gaucho came along when Ronaldo only just stopped being Ronaldinho, because originally when Ronaldo was playing for Cruzeiro before he goes to PSV and then he goes to Barcelona and Inter, he's Ronaldinho. Everybody forgets now that the great Ronaldo was called Ronaldinho, which it just means little Ronaldo, right or wrong?
Yeah, exactly. Ronaldinho is like a diminutive. He's like that.
So why was our Ronaldinho Gaucho? Why was this?
Because we had the Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho, I'm saying, from Barcelona, PSG, Ronaldinho Gaúcho. And because they just simple start to call the Ronaldinho phenomenal. So now it was like Ronaldo or phenomenal, because you could not call him Ronaldinho because you already had the Ronaldinho Gaúcho. So it would be strange,
What does Gaúcho mean?
Gaúcho is a part of Brazil. If you're born in Rio Grande do Sul, it's Porto Alegre, where he's born, Porto Alegre. You say you are Gaúcho. So that's why they say Ronaldinho Gaúcho. It's a nickname for where you're born.
I like it a lot. Listen, let me ask you maybe about a difficult memory, because the guy we like so much, Danny Alves, is in the Olympic final.
Yeah.
He's going to play against Spain, a Spain team which looks very tired. They don't have a lot of no tiene gol. They don't have a lot of pegada. You know what it's like to reach that Olympic final, which is, because I'm talking to a man. Let's talk about the good things first. Let's be like Ronaldinho Gaucho and do the smile first. I'm talking to a man who is an Olympic silver medal. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But I'm aware that in Tokyo, people have been talking about no fans and living in a bubble. But if I'm right, the experience of playing with a really good Brazil team against Mexico became difficult for you, as well as not winning, but you were living in a different kind of bubble. People didn't treat you with respect, and the thing that Simone Biles has been talking about now about mental health and whatever. Tell us about the London Games 2012 and the experience for you, because in many people's eyes, if you've got an Olympic silver, man, you're a victor, you're a winner. That's massive. But the experience is bittersweet for you.
Today, when you speak like this, I agree with you. I'm a winner. I have a silver medal. I post this on my Instagram. It's not a lot of people have that, So I'm proud of what I achieved. But like you said, people don't respect me. They respect me to the final. That's the truth. And for some reason, they just think they put in this paper I don't know if I speak this on the book. I can't remember now, to be honest. But they put on this paper because I never played in Brazil Pro. I never played, and they just put. I read, and they just put like this. A English guy. They call me a English guy. And I was reading this. I'm the biggest Brazilian ever. I can say this to you because I had the opportunity to go to Portugal, to play for Portugal, and I never did because I just love Brazil. Brazil is in my heart. And when you read these things, I didn't get sad. I get like angry. Maybe that's one as well. One of the reasons too. I went so good in the season after this. It was my best season for Manchester because I was so hungry. I was so hungry. There was speaking bad words for my dad on my Instagram and everything. But Instagram, Twitter, it will always be like this. You have good people, but you have people is there just to speak bad things. But I learned a lot. I can say that to you. We speak about the Olympics. Olympics was one of the best things happened in my life because I learned a lot from that.
Character or experience? What are the things? If you say these three things I learned, what are they? Toughness.
Yeah, yeah. How to be strong? How to be strong? And one important thing, it's how you'll be funny. It sounds funny, but how things can change. Because after the Olympics and after the year I did, everything I achieved in that season just make you think, okay, you can make a mistake, man. But after that mistake, you can just be happy and do what you want and like achieve what you want. It's not a mistake. You say who you are. It's what you do after. That's the big thing for everyone is here. In your life, you're gonna make mistakes, man. You're gonna do some bad things because in that game, I say this many times. I did a bad thing, in that game. But it's not that who decide your life. It's what you do after, how strong you are. So I learned that. I learned it. I can make a mistake today, but in 1 week I can just go again and put this back.
So it's processing what's happened to you and not letting it define you, but taking it, remembering it, but making it smaller. You become bigger than the mistake or the problem, right?
Exactly. Your quote in English just defines what I just come to say now. This is exactly like this. You know, people who is afraid to make mistake. Don't be. Mistake make
That
you
that's
strong, man.
that's right. And you it's why I began with the way you play as a right back, because mistakes and risk. In sport, you can't be afraid of taking risks
No,
because then
no,
nothing
no,
happens for you.
no. One thing, if you're afraid to make risks, you regret, but you regret hard, because when you're afraid to make mistakes is when you don't enjoy. The first and most is when you're afraid is the time you don't enjoy your life. Afraid just make you feel your life is not good, so you don't be afraid. And the other thing, may even if you do a mistake or something like this, you always you always have to think, oh, hey, I have tomorrow to do right. So afraid is not the word. I hate this word because people are listeners. Don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid, because this is not part of your lives.
Okay, this is something that I hope people. Two things I need to say to you, Rafa. You don't know me, you haven't listened to our series before, but 20 million times people have listened to us. And over the years, occasionally, sometimes people write in and say, these interviews, these podcasts, they helped me through. I lost my job. I was depressed. I was scared. And hearing people talk honestly, because we don't want interviews that are the same boring shit as everybody else does. That doesn't
Yeah.
interest me. We want to speak to men and women in football who've succeeded through good times or bad, and you share things, personal things, to help other people go, okay, I
Yeah.
see him or I see her, that helps me. So you've done it. Again, you've done that for us. But you've given me a nice link into, I must ask you, I'm going to talk a lot about Sir Alex Ferguson, but I need to tell you that he's Scottish like me. He comes from a different city. He grew up in
Yeah.
Glasgow, but he managed my team. He came to Aberdeen, which is like a small city, 200,000 people. And he brought us to beat the teams in Glasgow, and he gave us 2 European trophies. And he happened to live near me, and I met him sometimes, and his wife,
Yeah.
Lady Kathy, etc. And they changed me. They changed me with their attitude. But the things you've been talking there about not having fear, not being afraid of risk, learning, changing, you're describing a little bit Alex Ferguson, because he often talks about how he thinks other managers across his whole career, if they came across a problem, they would be a little bit scared to approach the problem or to deal with the problem. And he said, I would think, I would look at it, I would take it, I would attack it. I would know that maybe I'm wrong, but I did something. I got on with it. And this was true in life,
Exactly.
in selling, in buying, at halftime, in extra time at the Camp Nou in '99. That defines him as a person. And I'm going to give you a tough one now, because our sponsors, Bet365, asked if you could pick one. If you could pick one, Rafa, what is your favorite memory of Alex Ferguson? Yours.
My favorite memory. My favorite memory it was against Sunderland. I would never forget that day, man. And if you are saying if I learn from him, I can say to you, I learned from him without see. You learn from the guy without see, you know. And maybe I am like I am because my dad was so strong. My dad was a worker. He work every day and very hard. He is one of the guys, but I just improve everything I learn with the Alex Ferguson because in that game against Sunderland, I remember he come in the dressing room. He was devastated, devastated. Everyone was. He come to us on the bus, I think, because he was so. He come on the bus. He just say, "You guys are looking this. What's happened here today? I hope you guys go to holidays and remember this day for the rest of your lives. They are laughing at us. They are making jokes at us. And we lost by a ghost. Guys, you go for your home. You think what's happened today and you come back next season because we're going to be a champions." And this I never forget. And I say this in my book. My book, I spoke about this. Make me chill, but it's the guys were there. Anyone you can ask, and after that day, every game, every game in the other season, I get on that pitch. I was so hungry to win. I was so thinking. I remember so many games. We are losing 2-0. I was saying, no, 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 no. We cannot lose, my friend. We need to fight. We need to go. We cannot, after everything happened. And I just remember what everything he said, and I was there, it's in my mind. It was in my mind. And this helped me a lot, So like I said to you, uh, everything I say maybe is from my dad and Alex Ferguson, 100%.
You're talking about the game in May 2012, where you win 1-0, and for 8-9 minutes, you are the champions. But Aguero scores for City in that crazy game. Alex Ferguson says these things to you, they impact you, they carry you, and you're thinking about them a lot. I wonder if you're thinking about them in December 2012, when you go to Manchester City for the first time, you play them when they're champions, for the first time since that Sunderland night. And 29 minutes in, you make a nice goal for Wayne Rooney to go 2-0 up. And in the end, you win with a Van Persie free kick in the 90th minute. There's lots of highlights in your life. and that game doesn't win you the title. But I wonder what that day felt like and how much the Sunderland words are in your mind that day particularly.
It felt amazing, but I don't know if you remember before that game. I remember because he's here, it's my head. I play against Reading. I just come out with 30 minutes because we conceded some goals from free kicks and everything. I was so angry, and Alex Ferguson after the game, he just say he's one of the best players of the season. After I not shake hands with him, you know, and maybe people thinks this don't touch you, but this touch you. You see how he is, you know. He's just the guy he is, you know. How strong he is.
It gets in your head, right? Because you were angry, you won't shake hands, and you and I know that sometimes, depending on who the player is, if you do that, then you're in fucking big trouble with Fergie.
Exactly. So,
but he reads you and he gets in your brain.
Exactly. It's so clever, and after that game, I remember Fletch saying in the booth, the gaffer just talk about you. He say you one of the best players in this season. And I went to see the interview and everything. And after that day, I saw how much he respect me, you know, because any player he maybe don't like or he maybe don't respect, he never gonna get back from that, you know. 100% because I know him. So he knew I respect him. I was hungry. It was just, you know, I'm like this. So he knew me. He knew. It's like you say, he knew me. He knew how I was. Alex Ferguson is one of the cleverest guys in the world, man. He's so clever. That's why he's the best manager in the world. He was in the. So that's why I say this to you. No, it was one of the points I played so good that game against City.
We don't even, because we're talking about Sunshine Boys, your book from pitch, your book with your brother, with your twin brother, not your older brother who was also a footballer as well. I'm the oldest in my family, so let's not forget the old guys.
Yeah.
We can't talk. I'm not going to talk about your whole Manchester United career, but I need to talk about two things more for sure, or maybe three. One, given how strong the rivalry is, which you must have loved, like the guy before you at right back, Gary Neville, the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United was huge. How many times have you scored a more important, more treasured, more special goal than at Anfield, which is the winner? Well, it's what? No, it's the 1-1 goal from an assist by Kagawa. How many times? What does that goal mean to you? What did it feel like on the day? How many times have you done something bigger than that?
Never. I say this in my book. I spoke about this as well. It's my preferred goal of all of my career. It was amazing. Even because you win, you know. Everyone say about the game against Arsenal. It was my first season and everything, but first thing against Liverpool is always special. I say this: Liverpool is for me the biggest, derby in England, and that goal just push us, you know, for that title. You can say everything, but it was, you know, you wasn't playing good. The team was. I remember even with Liverpool with 10 men, they were a little bit better, you know, than us, and that goal changed the game. So and we won the game. So it was amazing. It was so nice. I keep watching these goals sometimes. You know, I don't score many, so you have to.
when you grow up adoring Ronaldinho Gaucho, and they bring you to Manchester United, and neither you nor your twin are ready to play, are clear to play in the final in Rome. I'm not suggesting that you went to Rome in 2009 with divided loyalty because Barcelona was the club that Ronaldinho used to play for, etc. And Danny Alves was suspended that day, couldn't play. And you don't know this, but the three of us who run this podcast, we're good friends with Darren Fletcher. He's been a guest on the podcast, and we speak to him all the time, and he's a friend of ours. One, I often say to Darren that if he hadn't been suspended and the suspension was wrong, he didn't commit it isn't a red card at Arsenal. One, I think the way that Darren played, Barcelona don't get the same space and time in midfield. And now afterwards, we know, maybe Danny told you, that Andres Iniesta is nowhere near fit. Nowhere near fit. Thierry Henry is nowhere near fit. There's no Rafa Marquez, there's no Danny Alves, there's no Abidal, etc. Blah, 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 blah. When you and your brother are watching that game in the heat of Rome, with that noise, with the way that United and Barcelona play, what were your sensations? What did you talk about, the two of you, at halftime, full time? What did it feel like?
I was on the bench this game, huh? I wasn't with my brother. My brother was in the stands. I was in the bench. My brother wasn't in the bench. So, but anyway, one thing I can say about this, Fletcher was amazing in all the games, you know. And of course, if he played that game, to be honest with you, I think he'll be different. I'm sure he'll be different, because I know Fletcher. Of course, you know, I speak interviews and everything. I just love Fletcher, you know, and he helped me a lot, and my brother a lot at Manchester United, outside and inside the pitch. I'm a friend with him. I'm so happy he's working for Manchester United now, because I know he loved the club. But in that game, in specifically game, it's easy for me to say this now, you know. People gonna say, "Oh, okay, he didn't play." Okay, it's like this. But in my opinion, it will be different.
But Rafa, we're talking analytically, because Barcelona had superiority of numbers in midfield. Manchester United's selections didn't really cope with the amount of the movement, the pass and move, and there was overwhelming in midfield. And Darren, as well as being a really good footballer, was a clever footballer, and he worked, and he always was happy to say, I'm going to pick the guy who I don't want to play. This guy isn't going to have a touch in the game. I'm going to make his night horrible. So maybe he attaches himself to Xavi. Maybe he attaches himself to Iniesta. Maybe when Messi comes back in the midfield, maybe he attaches it. You're talking that you think the result would have been different analytically, right? You're using your football brain, not your Manchester United badge, right?
No, my brain. Like you, I can take. I give you an example. One of the best, one of the best guys in football. I don't know where I read that, but Alex Ferguson just say, if he put Jisung Park to defend Messi in the final in 2012, maybe he could done better. So we just realize Fletcher is a guy. He chase people. You know, he know how to do that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not speaking about my heart. I speak about my brain now. So he was that guy. You know, he could defend. He could do these things. And if you like or not, these players, they always gonna help teams, because they make teams play better. Because I'm 14 years playing football. All the time I see my partner just going for it, just trying his best. I will be like, no, I have to. I need to. I cannot be like lazy or you know, like I going for it. You know, I get motivated. So Fletcher was a player like this, and at the end, well, of course, he didn't play in the final, but well. Fair enough, because Barcelona have had some, like you say, some players they didn't play in that game as well.
You had Ole as your coach for a little while. You know Fletch really well. You've seen Phelan working for a long time. You know Michael Carrick. You've seen the squad like it is now, with Rashford coming through, with Greenwood coming through. You've seen Sancho joining. We both know what a good defender Varane is. He brings winning. It's not just the individual thing. He's learned how to win Champions League 3-4 times, maybe four
Like
times.
Domine, he's playing as well.
Scott's, yeah, but hey, listen, okay. I leave him last because he's called Scott and he is Scottish and he's brilliant and he's going to
He's
win every
very
time.
good.
No, he's top man.
Maybe no one believes in him before, but maybe
I,
Ole
I,
did.
I was at one of his European, maybe his debut, 0-0 in Seville, before being United is knocked out in Old Trafford by Seville. But the 0-0 in McTominay under Mourinho, Scott never put 1 foot wrong as a young boy against a good
Yeah,
Seville side.
yeah.
But I'm asking you now,
I like him.
any reason with these new signings, with that coaching background, with Fletch in at the top, any reason overall why maybe Manchester United, I mean, our sponsors, 365, Bet365, actually want to know whether Manchester United can win the title this season. Let's not waste time talking about how good Chelsea is, how good City is, Liverpool is coming back. Isn't it true that Manchester United, my opinion, is that United can think about winning the title this season? Do you agree?
100%. 100%. I said this before. It's not will be, it's not easy because, like you said, you have some very good teams. Like you have City, you have Liverpool, you have Chelsea. But today, when it start the season, I think everyone should believe United can win the title. Even with the new signings and everything, and all the work he's been doing for 2 years now. It's clear United is one of the candidates at title. So it's amazing, and I hope they do. I hope with all my heart, because all these guys you speak, Michael Carrick, Darren Fletch, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I just love this guy from the bottom of my heart, and I think they are very good.
Can you see Ole in the time that he's been coached? Can you see him developing? Can you see the quality of the football? Can you see his learning as a manager changing from a distance? I know you're in Turkey.
Already, I think he's learning from the best, because he's a guy who is listening. Alex Ferguson, 100%. Alex Ferguson is saying, "No, you should do this," but in the same way, he been for 7-8 years, there. He go down with Cardiff. He went to Mold. He win title. So he knows. He's not just come now. He knows some things. Of course, Premier League is completely different. But he's learning, man. He's learning, and he's improving every day. In my opinion, I don't know people's opinion. This is my opinion. I think he's bringing the right guys close to him. That's what Alex Ferguson did from maybe 28 years. He always had the good guys around him. So this is important as well. So he's doing that.
One of the things that Fergie was lucky to have was to have the Sunshine Boys. Fábio and Rafa Da Silva, whose book is called The Sunshine Boys. It's a great fun read. It includes all the stories from Fábio too. So in this last, it's time nearly to let you go. I know you have 3 kids in the background saying, "Dad, come on, where's tea? Cook something for me, please." I know.
My daughter just coming in there, not now, but like in 15 years, she come and say, I
Come on. So look, let me finish like this, Rafa. I want some help and advice from you. On Sunday, the 18th of December, 2016, in the 77th minute of Monaco against Olympique, one guy came off and one guy came on, and they passed each other. Rafa Da Silva, one of the 2 Sunshine Boys, came off, and a young kid called Kylian Mbappe came on. And you didn't play against each other that day. And then I think the first time you played him, it didn't go so good. But second time you played him, you won. You won 2-1 against Paris Saint-Germain. Kylian Mbappe he doesn't make me excited like Ronaldinho used to do for you, because but for me, this guy is a fucking Ferrari. Now, you've played against him. You've played against him Olympique Monaco, Olympique PSG, and for Basak Shahir against PSG twice. Bring us into the pitch. Bring us into me against Mbappe. Tell us the Mbappe things we don't know. What does he do? What makes him so special? Describe the battle, Rafa against Kylian.
He is definitely not definitely. I say not like this, but I cannot say like this. But he's one of the quickest guy I play in my life. That's for sure. But in the same way, he's very clever. I hope he keep like this because you know what's happened. I heard so many people in France now speaking about he missed a penalty and yeah, exactly. Mbappe, you'll be like the best player in the world, and this good and shit things. Sorry for the swear.
Oh, you can say shit anytime in this podcast.
Okay, then.
Just don't say it to
So
your daughter.
you know, sometimes you get up. I'm the best in the world. I'm very good. And when the people start to realize you are like this, they start to just throwing bombs at you, and maybe you start to get a little bit down, you know. And you need to find a balance, like Ronaldo did at Manchester United. I can say that because Ronaldo was like, to be honest with you, people was like say, "Oh, Ronaldo very good," and at the same time they were saying, "Oh, Ronaldo, what he's doing, why he did that with Rone or something." So he need to be strong, you know. I think he just need that, but like you say, he's a Ferrari. He's such a good player. Uh, I play against one guy was quicker, not quicker than him, but quick like him. It was Gareth Bale when he played for Tottenham. It was it. I always say Gareth Bale was the hardest player I play against, but Mbappe is not far from that.
But Gareth is like a big athlete. So when he's running maybe 20, 30, 40 meters, he's still going. Kylian, is he
Yeah,
like his eruption of a sprint from 0 to 60?
it's true. It's acceleration and Bale was more speed. You know, it's more going to like 15, 20 meters, and Mbappe is more 5, 10. It's like quick, you know, just boom, 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 you finish.
What does he do to trick you? What does Mbappe do? Does he show? Does he drop the shoulder? Does he push? Does he do any of the bad stuff like holding the jersey? And tell us about
To
him.
be honest, when you are defender, you know he can go both sides so quickly, and he can hit with both legs. You know, so this is very hard. He can just go right and left with the same quickest. You know, like he fake a shot so quick, so I just fake. You know, like we think he gonna shoot and then just drop, and of course counter attacks. You know, when you have Mbappe, like you said to just now, I play against him when I was in Başakşehir last season. They had some counter attacks. It's just sad for me. It's just sad because you can't do anything. You know, it's it's angry sometimes.
Yeah, because the first game was good in Turkey, and
Yeah,
then the second game was
yeah.
like
To be honest,
Manito.
the first game you play better than them, but like you say, he decide the game. He play very good. You know, it was Moises Kean who scored, but he did everything.
Listen, Sunshine Boy, the good night question is this, and this is the good night question. I'm not going to be some fucking idiot who asks you Cristiano or Messi who's better. No, no, no. None of that shit. You played with Cristiano. You
Yeah,
played against Messi in a 4-3 game, Argentina, Brazil.
yeah,
Messi's got the hat trick.
yeah.
Do you feel, given that you like beauty in football, do you feel lucky? Like, I feel that I'm lucky that I've lived to maybe the greatest confrontation of two footballers. In the old days, there was Cruyff against Beckenbauer, maybe Pelé against Bobby Moore. Maybe people could say there've been a battle between two players other times. In my opinion, this is the greatest comparison of two all-time talents maybe there's ever been. Do, do you agree? Do you understand? Am I exaggerating? And just tell us something that we don't know about Cristiano, the guy, or playing against Messi.
I will answer your question, but I feel lucky to play and to train with schools. Okay, because this I feel lucky. I swear to you. Just maybe not even play to train with schools. I feel so lucky to train with that guy. You know, is I cannot describe what he did in trainings. You know, in games maybe you know. But about the Ronaldo and Messi, of course I feel lucky. You know, it's not any day like someone can say. Maybe the old people say, "I play against Pele." My dad. You laugh about this, but my dad have a photo when Garrincha was starting, and he play against him in the
No.
like. It wasn't.
Rafa.
He wasn't pro. I
Stop,
swear
stop.
to you.
Your dad
I need
played
to. I
against
need to show
Garrincha?
this photo. I swear to you. And that's why I'm saying you saying about this. And my dad, he never been close to a pro, you know. And he showed this photo for, I think for maybe 2,000, 3,000 people already, if not more. So of course I've been lucky to play with Ronaldo and to play against Messi. I play against Ronaldo as well, so I've been lucky to play with Ronaldo and against him as well. So of course I think when you do that, of course you have your quality, competence, but he's lucky as well. He's lucky to be in the same year and everything to this guy. Thank you, God.
That's a nice way to finish, Sunshine Boy. People need to enjoy your book from Pitch Publishing. Fábio and Rafa Da Silva, the Sunshine Boys. You brought some sunshine into a dark evening. It's stormy and raining here in Barcelona. I don't know what it's like in Turkey.
No. It's not possible. It's not possible. Don't say that.
No, it's the truth, man.
Barcelona.
I've also got a picture of me playing against Garrincha, but okay, that's another. That's another story. One, thank you for joining us. Two, say thank you to your wife and your kids for allowing you to be with us. Thank you very much indeed. And all the best of luck to Besiktas here this season. I hope you have fun. Maybe there's trophies, but the very best to you from us at the big interview. Rafa Da Silva, Sunshine Boy.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Okay, you're clear. Well done, guys. That was fantastic. Both of you. Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Muito obrigado. We'll say boa noite. Boa noite, everybody.
Boa noite.